why do Chelsea want Victor Osimhen?
There are so many reasons why Chelsea would want Victor Osimhen. He's a player that, when it comes to strikers in world football, he's been on the edge of or tip of everybody's tongue for the last 3 or 4 years. And you can see that with the statistics over the last 4 years since he joined Napoli. He first came to my attention at Lille 5 years ago. He scored his first ever Champions League goal against Chelsea, ironically. And he's just improved year on year. You look at his first season, scored 10 league goals. Next season, 14. And then his breakout year, 22-23, where he scored 26 league goals in 32 games, was Napoli's best player and spearheaded them to a Scudetto title. And that's really when, like Dan touched on, he was front runner for all the top teams in terms of that top transfer that then take teams over the edge or over the top when it comes to strikers. Last season, he struggled a little bit when it came to consistency, availability and goals. He went to AFCON. He was a big part of the Nigeria team that made it all the way to the final of AFCON, but he only scored 1 goal in that competition, which was a bit of a disappointment for a striker that everybody was there to see, one of the biggest names at the competition. He did a lot of the hard running and the dirty work for Nigeria, but he failed to find consistent goal-scoring form. And that was the story of the season last year.
And we should be competing to win the league.
They need a John Owen or Didier Drogba, don't they?
Yeah, they need a Didier Drogba for sure. We need a striker who knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. Nicholas Jackson has done really, really well. I've said it so many times. He's done amazingly well. But I think, is he ready to be the top guy right now at the club, to be the #1 striker? Maybe, maybe not. So we need a top striker who can come in and help him. Because right now he's injured. What's happening? We're not scoring goals. And I've said it all along that he needs somebody to come in and help him, not to take him out of the squad, but just to help. And healthy competition is always important. We had that back in my day at Chelsea.
Yeah.
We did Drogba, Nicolas Anelka, Fernando Torres. So we had those top strikers coming to the football club, but just to help Didier Drogba. And I think that's what Nicholas Jackson needs at the moment as well.
Well, look, you've got your finger on the pulse. Where are these brilliant strikers? Because, you know, Arsenal need a brilliant striker, right? So
this one I played yesterday for Newcastle.
Wow. There is one.
There is one.
He is amazing. But I think right now, Newcastle are going to grip hold of him.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna...
I mean, would you say he's the best in Europe at the moment, Alex?
I think right now in England, yes, he is. Yeah. Okay. I think his numbers is absolutely fantastic. And, of course, the guy that I've talked about so many times on my podcast, a certain guy called Victor Osimhen, who plays in Galatasaray right now. We almost sort of got the deal done last summer.
But almost isn't quite getting the deal done, is it?
Yeah. But the club showed the right. The club wanted the player. The player wanted to come as well. So I know exactly where we stopped. Okay. If we have to pick it up again in the summer, it's just pretty easy to get it done because the player really wants to come to the football club. So if you're talking about strikers to come in and help Chelsea Football Club, you have to talk about Isak and you have to talk about Victor Osimhen. So for me, these are the top 2 strikers. If we could be able to get one of these guys, they will definitely help out next season in terms of being able to...
With his numbers, this season, he's been absolutely on fire. Victor has been on fire. Unplayable sometimes. The way he plays, the aggressivity, the way the hunger, scoring goals, creating chances, everything he does this season has been absolutely fantastic. So for me, like I said it, and I've always said it, this is a player that wins you trophy. This is a player that puts you in the top 4. This is a player that is reliable. He will get you goals. He will score you goals. And assists.
He's got 8.
And assists as well. So, listen, it's a player we have to get. I've said it. We have to get him. It will be a disaster. After everything that we've been through with him, the club, me and him, to see him somewhere else wearing a different shirt. For me, in my opinion, it's going to be a disaster. Absolute disaster. So I don't want to see him at PSG. I don't want to see him at Manchester United. I don't want to see him at Arsenal. He's tailor-made for us. Tailor-made for us.
You know, John.
A player who supported us growing up.
Yeah.
His idol, Didier Drogba. How many times am I going to say this? He bleeds blue. He wants to play for us. We have to get him. If the club decides to go somewhere else, fair play. I know Victor, with what he's done this season and what he will do again in the future, because I know him. He wants to break record. He wants to keep scoring goals. Wherever he goes, He will win you trophies. He will take you to the top 4. He did that with Napoli. They didn't win the league. They didn't win the league in so many years.
Yeah, since 1991.
He did that with them. He did that with them. Won them a trophy. Left. Went to Galatasaray. Won a trophy. And they won 2 trophies now. Incredible. It's a no-brainer to get him.
Wants to move to Chelsea. And I think that's potentially very significant because he's so highly rated that some of the biggest clubs in Europe want to sign him, especially in the summer. But I think he's made it clear that his preference is to move to Chelsea. Chelsea remain in talks with him until at least the summer. Chelsea would prefer to have him straight away. There's a potential there for a deal to be done now for him to join straight away, or for a deal to be done now for him to join in the summer. But I've just got a feeling if a player has said, I want that club, 9 times out of 10, he ends up getting what he wants.
Yeah. I'm still his agent, trying to get him to Chelsea. So I've got 20% of that deal. Let's hope it works out. I think there's genuine interest between both. I think he loves the club. He wants to come to the club. Obviously, he wants to follow my footsteps as a Nigerian player who's played for Chelsea. I think Victor Moses as well, Celestin Babayar, not a lot of us. And he's looked at that. London as well, fantastic city. Instead of going to Liverpool or places like that, you want to live in London. But he also has a lot of interest, like Paris Saint-Germain, Man United. But I'm still pushing, sending him messages and trying to make sure that, he doesn't expect too much. Just narrow your mind in one club, the Blues.
So you are genuinely acting as Agent Mikel?
I am, definitely. I am pushing him. I hope he comes to the club because he will bring so much to the club. I think one thing we lack, anybody who watched the final on Sunday will see that one thing we are lacking is scoring goals. We need that striker who will score goals. And that's what Victor will give you. He's not the most skillful guy, but goals, definitely guaranteed. I mean, if he could get us 20 goals per season, 25, who knows? That's what Erling Haaland does. That's why he's one of the best. He's not really there for link-ups and all that. Get the ball in the box, and he will finish. And that's something that definitely Victor Osimhen will give us. So let's hope it works out, and he comes to Chelsea and become a legend.
What makes Victor Osimhen one of the best strikers in the world? Because a lot of people will talk about, when you're an African footballer of the year, they're expecting flair, they're expecting Abedi Pele, killer passing. He's not that kind of player.
No, it's about stats. For him, it's about stats. It's about scoring goals, being in the right position, using your physicality. He can do it left, right. We've seen him score the headers as well. And I think that's what it's all about. You don't have to
straight up finisher.
No, finish. That's about. Your price can go up another 20 million, then it's 120 million.
Sugar?
No. No
Sean,
sugar, no spice, just finish.
Sean, the other thing is his movement, in the box. As Mark used to say, in the kitchen. His movement is very intelligent, and you can see Sean and them had that, Mark had that, how to move, and the arrival, when you arrive.
Anticipation, that's the key.
Anticipate, and how you arrive in the right spot.